So at the word of knocking down doors, I quickly look at you and shove my door away.
I'm not taking your door. It's fine. You can have that. I don't want it. It brings back bad memories.
I say I would like the other half of the door, but I don't have the strength to knock it down myself.
I'm actually pretty scrawny for a claw.
You want to help us get the other half of the door?
They sure are talking about this door a lot.
Anytime someone says door, I just look at them quickly and glare.
Now, when you look at the door she's holding and you look at the one at the tower, it looks like wood.
Do you particularly need the door for something?
That was the one I identified one then. Identified one.
Yes, the one you removed some of the paint and were able to, because this metal has a distinguished look.
Do you try to get close to it to
instantly
inspect
what
it?
was.
Not
Despite
yours.
how
You're
rare
being too clingy about it.
Good.
I say, well, you see, this door is not what it appears. It's actually a very rare mineral. Probably have heard of it.
Now, if you wanted to, if you still have prestidigitation, I don't know what you got rid of.
Oh, yeah.
You could easily clear off the rest of the paint and reveal the door. And
I'm not going to mess with his part of the door. I'll go to the outside of the tower and just kind of clear away the paint.
all right, so you see, you see this clothed figure walk up to the tower. He waves his hand, speaks a few incantations, and the wooden door shifts as if the wood texture is being wiped away, and it actually reveals a black metal coating. Now, you all will see this. It's all noticeable. So which one's first? We'll go with the least important to the most important. There are three things to note about this door. Along the edges of this black metal door, you can still see, despite him clearing away the wooden texture, there's still wood along the edges of the door. The second thing of note is there are engravings all along this door of symbols, and making a religion or arcana check could lead to the answer of what these symbols might mean.
17.
What were you rolling for? Religion or arcana?
They're both the same, so does it
So
matter?
just knowledge.
I got 13.
Fenris?
I rolled 9.
And
Monday.
Monday.
22.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're
How
exactly
religious
on
are
row.
you? Just how religious are you?
No, I have one of my perks is if I go and take that type of specific knowledge and stuff because my domain's knowledge.
Now, for Skull, you're not sure what up, but you do know that these symbols and wards they have something to do with some kind of protection. For Mundi, your religion check was... So you know exactly what this is. These are
It's a real good door.
these are the markings. These markings that were placed upon this door were used specifically to protect from undead.
All right.
And the third thing of note, that's why the door was covered in paint, so you wouldn't see the markings. The third thing of note, and the most important, as to explain how you were able to rip the door off, is that this metal is heavily corroded, which is why you're able to even hold it right now. It's so light. Something has caused this very valuable, very strong metal to erode over time.
That's comforting.
And that is what you learn about this door.
Nature strikes again. I'm going to assume nature strikes again. All right, you want the rest of that door down? Pop out my crowbar. Let's get to work. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch.
Wait, I thought you said you
a little ways
wanted
back.
the rest of the door down.
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, because...
I was like, did I misinterpret how things were going down? I thought.
Now, are you
I
still
mean,
standing near the
wait a
tower?
minute.
Yeah.
So who's all near the tower at this moment?
Not me.
Well, I guess I'm going towards it. So.
All right, the two of you make perception checks.
I mean, I don't know anything about this door, so
Yeah, me and you were like, fuck this place. Let's leave.
I'm gonna walk back over my skull and just stand next to him in his door.
17.
Rotors, for you, this is a familiar sight, but Monday, just beyond the door into the room, this big empty room beyond, you see a hand scuttling across the floor from one side of the room to the other.
Alright, so I'm going to blow it up with a spell then, because that freaks me out.
Boy, does it!
What spell are you on?
Guiding bolt.
What now?
Guiding bolt.
And is that required to hit, or is that a
I'm gonna
save?
Oh, that's why I was writing all my spells down. But here, one.
I believe it is a range.
Oh, it's not a cantrip. It's
Oh, you're
first
casting
level.
it first level.
Yeah. Well, it's the only ranged one that I actually have.
He's real
Pretty
freaked
sure
out.
clerics have access to range.
He should have been stuck in there like we were.
Guiding bolt. Range 120 feet. One action. A flash of light. Yeah, I'm gonna blow. I said I'm gonna blow it up. So.
Okay. Yeah, make your attack roll.
Yeah. 15.
Okay, roll your damage.
Oh crap! I just got away from. One moment. I have to find it again. I found it again. 4d6. All right.
And the rest of you are aware what's in some of what's in the tower.
I got a door.
That's what's in that tower.
I'm just gonna roll.
You got this door.
I got the store. I'm good. I'll pass on everything else. Take this.
14 points.
Alright, so the spell's called Guiding Light.
Mm-hmm.
A beam of light shoots from your hand in a panic moment, and you all see this shoot into the tower. It makes contact with this detached, rotting hand on the ground, and it just seemingly obliterates, turns into nothingness, and it's gone forever.
Good job. Killed that hand. You've destroyed the hand. Something that Iron Fist can.
And when the beam collides with the hand, it makes a sound that echoes to the main floor and upwards into the tower.
Like a bitch.
You done good, Mundi. You killed a crawling claw.
I could do what?
Roll a...
Well, there's nothing for me to be able to identify it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's
You're gonna
gone
give that
gone
up.
forever. I wouldn't know if it was a nature or a religion, but we'll say religion because it's
If it's undead, it would more often than not be religion, but I mean, that's kind
But
of
yeah,
like a
it's
creed.
kind of gone. So
Yes. It's where it needed to be, not here.
and after that, you proceed towards the door.
What?
You obliterated the hand and heard the sound of the thing. What do you do next? You were in the process of going to try and remove the door.
Yeah, I take my crowbar and start trying to pry it loose and stuff to, if need be, if I need to get the tongs of the crowbar in deeper, I can get out my sledgehammer and have you hit it with it to just kind of get it in there a bit deeper for better leverage.
Yeah, while the door itself is this black metal and the edges are made of wood, the hinges were just steel. Those did not. They're separate for whatever reason. So it'll take you some time. Go ahead and make I guess just a strength check to see how well you pry it off and how quickly it'll happen. And since you're helping him, roll it with advantage.
Oh, it don't matter to me.
You're rolling with advantage. Do you know
You
what
get a
that
roll
means?
2.
You roll 2 and take the
I
highest.
forgot. Well, then that helps a lot. It's a 16. Because the other one was going to be a big old 6. So.
It's
Your first
still-
try.
So it's taking a bit of time, but you are starting to make progress. Or are you all just going to watch him?
I ain't getting near that tower again.
I just blew up a hand.
Yeah,
I think we're safe. So, person I just met who clearly has a traumatic instance at this tower.
Some time passes, and the first hinge is finally pulled free. You got 2 more to go. Go ahead and make another strength check as you. And anyone else who's not working on the door can make a perception.
Oh, that's fuck. Do I still get it?
If he's still
Playing
acting,
this
you'll
game
roll
again.
advantage.
Oh, thank God. So I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
Yeah, we're not paying attention.
As always.
12.
8. What's my
He's
roll?
obsessing over a door.
You're not really making progress
6.
this time.
That's fine.
So as you continue, once again, roll with advantage, and you two another perception as it's taking you a while to put down the store.
13.
And first roll.
9.
Thank you for keep giving me advantage because the first roll each time.
And
is
what was your roll, Adam?
21.
Nice.
21. Yeah, that second one comes off easily. And Fenris, you notice a hand is flying through the air in the direction of leaving the tower through the door.
Hey guys, watch that hand!
And it's going to land
told you it was to
in
keep
the
him
direction of...
I told you. I told you.
We don't know that.
Nope.
Listen.
I can't
Listen.
say anything because my
I
character's
know
dumb
that.
as
Might have to go towards
shit.
you.
My character's dumb as shit.
Thank
The
goodness
hand
I
is
said
flying.
that.
It comes so close to hitting either you, but it ends up
Feels
plopping
right
against your
across you.
shoulder. The backside of the hand hits your shoulder. Now, when you've seen these things jump before, they usually jump with their fingers towards you as if they're trying to tell you. But this one flies with its backside that makes contact with your skin. And it just kind of falls to the ground, gets up. It's now outside the tower. It scutters around. And between you and it, initiative determines what happens first.
You have a door.
Can I roll
You
it?
did see that this thing flew backwards to hit him. It didn't choose to leap.
My initiative is 23.
And roll
Literally max roll.
As it stands back up, it's looking like it's about to pounce towards you since you are the nearest living thing towards it.
You have a
So
door.
you have first action to take it.
So he's paying attention, right?
He saw the events unfold. And as soon as you make the surprise round action, everyone will get a perception to see what happens next, but you are the first one to act.
I'll say what I want to do is I want to punch it in the air and have you fucking shoot it like play fishing, but
Yeah, you can try smacking it in the air as it's coming towards you.
alright, I'll do it then.
Okay.
You just make it to hit, and then you'll have to roll an initiative to see if you can before the claw.
Yep, that ain't good.
It's worse than we had the first time.
Whatever your total.
That's to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm not using my would you say I can use my weapon to that, or was that just an unarmed strike?
Did you have a weapon in your hand?
I didn't, because I was helping him.
With the 5th edition rule, yeah, you were actively helping him, so you wouldn't be able to
Wait.
do a
Oh,
different.
no, it's not a weapon.
Because you technically had
Crowbar.
the crowbar.
Well,
in your
I
hand,
had the
so you would
crowbar
be
and I
able to
had
draw
him
a
with the
weapon
sledgehammer.
Do I get any
But
help from
You would get
proficiency
your
or dexterity?
proficiency, and because you're using your fist, I allow you to choose either dexterity or strength, depending on
Okay.
how you perceive the situation.
In that case, then I'd have a 9.
You see the hand flying towards you. You swing, but it just bounces off your chest, lands on the ground. It gets up, and it makes an attack towards you.
Armor class 14.
I'm glad it didn't crawl towards us, or else you hear the
It lunges towards.
least manliest
It,
scream
it
come out of
hops
the
a little,
sword.
going for
You
your
do
leg.
the
You are
one
able to
smash it.
That was
sidestep
my
in time.
plan.
It just
I was going to
kind
fly
of
swat this
lands
fucker.
just beyond you. The three of you go ahead and make an initiative to join the actions that are going to see who gets the next thing.
Oh, yeah, it's-
Here's a 22.
Or is that I'm not going next?
18.
18 for skull.
8.
8, that's
Not
above the
good.
claw at least.
Interesting.
Alright, so the claw,
They got
this
my
rotting
+1 initiative.
detached hand attempted to attack Retoris, and it unfortunately missed. That leads to Skull, as you are the next one on the initiative order, you see this.
I do a running scream while I hold my door like a fly swatter and bring it down upon
You're
my
going
hand.
towards it. Then, technically, we'll say, since it's not really a weapon, you'll make a normal attack, and if you hit, your damage will be a D4.
D4, it's a giant door.
It's
You know how much damage I had to do that door to do any damage
It's
to the
an
door itself?
improvised weapon.
You're proficient with it.
And again, it's only half.
Listen, let
So,
me just throw this
half
giant
damage.
fucking door at you and see how much damage it does. Just saying. Just saying.
Ooh. That's gonna hit.
What am I rolling again?
You're rolling your to hit. A melee to hit.
It should be strength.
So
Probably.
it'd be your
Strength?
roll plus
20.
your proficiency plus your strength.
Wait, what?
Your roll plus your proficiency number plus your strength to hit. So I think your strength is what? Plus
24.
Yeah, you easily smash this thing into the ground. And go ahead and roll your damage.
Damage? Is that with my strength?
Yes, that'll include your strength.
8.
The door slams down on this hand, and you don't just hear a splat. You also,
I'm glad I picked up my drink.
even though these things don't have mouths, it kind of like you hear this hissing sound as it smashes into the ground.
Oh.
And when you pick the door back up, there's this horrible burn on the top of the hand.
I hit it again.
That's you're so
You
mean.
hit it again.
I keep hitting it.
There's no new reaction, but you keep hitting it. Skull
Very-
is currently slamming the door into the ground. The rest of you,
Growling.
Like
He is-
inches away from
He's
He's
it.
not. His initial scream as he ran towards it was just like a roaring orc scream. But now he's just growling as he repeatedly beats it into the ground.
and the three of you can make a perception check to
Okay.
potentially see something inside the tower.
Real quick, I'm also gonna pull out my bow and an arrow because I'm freaked out.
16.
11.
And Mundy,
21.
Jesus, you guys are paying way more attention than me.
sounds like you needed
I'm
Mundy
Big
earlier. He's
they've
seen
always been
everything.
paying more attention.
I'm only seeing everything now because I have to catch up with what you guys have seen. So
Oh no,
I'm
you don't understand. Like all the last time, we kept rolling so low.
They
for our
kept rolling below
perceptions.
15, and they needed to be
Every
15
single
to see
time.
some of this stuff.
I'm sorry.
But Retoris, it's hard for you to see,
Actually,
but there's definitely a figure
I was
within
going to say
the
this is
tower
probably the first time I've actually seen the
floating
hands.
off the ground. There,
Now that I think about it, this is the first time I've seen the
And the
hands.
reason you can see is there's these glowing red eyes just hovering in the air. But for you actually get a good enough look at this that it actually does have a shape, a humanoid-looking shape. It's very dark. It blends very well into the mist, and as you see it begins to just move upwards.
Pull my crowbar out of the door and I casually walk away. I don't want to be here no more. So
Welcome to this tower, motherfucker.
well, I'm going to make a new character now.
Okay, Ethan, you need to calm down.
No.
My character leaves.
I mean, I will back up away from the
That's fair.
door and stuff because
I'd be disappointed if you. Oh, I just get rid of your character outright at the first encounter.
I'm good.
So yeah, there's still one hinge holding that door in place. After several repeated attempts, you have successfully made this huge dent in the ground, half door shaped.
Is there even anything left of the hand, or has it just basically been turned into
It's mush
paste?
now. It's a paste.
There's a mud puddle.
I just stop and just breathing hard over the top of it.
What am I more scared of? The shadowy figure that floated up or
It's clearly unhinged
That.
orc.
Unhinged, holding a door.
Hey!
So yeah, what do you guys do next?
I just turned to him, so I'm like, so yeah, those hands, there's a lot of those in there. A lot. That's why I don't want to go in.
Would you guys like
So-
to describe the scene that you last saw when you were in the tower?
So at the fact of him saying that there's a lot more of them, I look at him in surprise.
That's why we
Skull-
needed to get out, buddy.
Skull was distracted the entire time.
The entire time.
I was trying to keep him off of you.
Lost over half his health in
Just
beating
in
the
his
door.
hands.
Literally, I was punching that door so like that's all I was doing was breaking down the door, and like I lost more than half my health just punching that
It took
door.
around 10 rounds before finally got it down.
It was a lot.
Just in the nick.
While raging.
The fact that she's actually taking damage kept the rage going.
Yeah, that's the only thing keeping it going is the fact that I was taking damage.
So for how long it took, and what I'm hearing is out of that 48-minute long video that you posted up, 32 minutes of it was Jill trying to break down the door.
Well, I haven't posted that one yet. We're not
Yeah.
there.
Well,
No.
eventually. So.
That was near the end of the session, Adam.
So
I didn't watch the video.
I mean,
So-
I posted the 2 videos around their outposted shenanigans. The one with the hyena encounter, and the 4th one is them going to the tower.
the last time we were in that tower, we killed what, like 12 of them,
Okay, I killed a lot.
Way more than 12.
and it was a fair number. But there was like 5 times that. Maybe not quite that many, but
No,
like
there was about 5 times that.
a lot. But last time they weren't able to get out of the tower.
That's when I look at one half of the door, not yours. But then I look at yours.
After all, one door is revealed, the other one that Skull is holding still looks like wood.
Wood covered in dirt and
Blood.
yeah.
Blood, tears, probably a little piss in there too. Who knows?
Skin.
I don't know, I spent the night
Fine.
underneath this door too, I want to point out.
Yeah.
He's just a blanket after a while.
Well, no, it was the fact that whenever we ran out of the tower, like I was still grabbing that door and to the point where I passed out because I had lost more than half my health in one go.
True.
I passed out on that door.
So can we still see the figure that's looming?
No, it's out of view now. But it was there. Where was it? Who knows?
It's spooky.
Well, it's gone now, so time to finish the job getting that door off its hinges. So.
Well, back to it.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
It'll be
Well,
fine.
I mean, right now, even if we leave half the door up there, the thing can clearly float right on over the big gap that somebody that I just made.
Now, have you actually... I don't think you actually revealed at this point what those runes meant, so you're the only one in
No,
the
but
know.
that's why I'm... No sense leaving it here.
I mean, technically, I know a little
You're aware
bit,
it's some
but
sort of
I
protection
am-
thing, but...
What am I going to
You
do?
could
Say
probably-
something?
Exactly. The silent one learns some knowledge.
Even though we're not in combat, can I ready an action?
Sure can.
I'm gonna just get an arrow ready to shoot.
What are you readying for? What's the trigger to your action?
If anything else comes out of that tower, I'm firing an arrow at it.
Fair enough.
The DM goes, yes, that's perfect.
I'm just gonna stare at this door,
Suddenly,
arrow ready, just like,
suddenly Chidiyama runs out of the tower. The little tiefling girl.
oh no, my...
Oh no!
And she's powerful.
Not really, but...
She uses her gust
Looter.
magic to make it stop.
Yeah, use the wind cantrip, make it miss. Gust it away.
So back to the hill grind.
So, the two of you are going for the last hinge now?
Might as well.
Make a strength with advantage.
Oh, well. It was literally the same roll both times. So, 6.
You thought you weren't making progress the second time. I think it's getting like melded together, wedged in. It's getting harder.
Somehow fixed itself.
You have
Was-
successfully jury-rigged this hinge. Congrats.
I'm a master craftsman. That's why I'm going to write down my notes and stuff.
Fixed the door.
What was broken, I have fixed.
I was trying to break it further, but you know.
And upon this realization, you notice that you try and jiggle the door a little. It's kind of stuck right there. It's not moving. I mean, you can make another attempt, but it's off.
You're waiting to.
Go ahead.
With
Advantage.
As long as he's helping you, you have advantage.
What's it, tilt?
It's the tilt and reroll.
Nope, it's still a tilt. Yep. Ooh,
Then take out the thing that caused the tilt.
Yeah,
It was the edge of the box
Yeah,
that caused the tilt.
Can I have one of those?
Watch her.
Jay. Oh, it doesn't have. What kind of fucking bullshit
Well, I
is
couldn't
this? There's no lines.
Yeah, my computer blocked as well.
Oh, thank God. All right. Ooh.
It's not the same.
19.
Man. It's not the same.
I'm also
Well-
going to do it for the whole thing.
We got one screw
You're
up.
making a little progress. I mean, after all, somehow this door became harder.
Well, I'll just throw the guy. I'm gonna take my ice cream back now.
No.
Yeah.
Adam, can I have an ice cream?
No.
Actually, her ice cream.
Don't eat any of the chocolate fudge ones. Those are mine.
Okay.
All the other ones are free
Would
game.
you
Yeah.
just
Well, I made it harder again because I rolled lower than that 6.
You want a different
Can I
dice
borrow
roll?
this pencil?
Are you rolling with his dice? Because I was
No, I'm
having
rolling with
similar
my
luck.
Also, you shouldn't have
Mine are at least rolling different numbers.
So
I'll
now,
say that.
I am going to.
2s and 20s.
The two
Well,
numbers right next to each other.
That one was doing well earlier and stuff.
Alright.
Wow.
If
That
you-
feels weird now. I don't like that.
If you roll as poorly again, that door's not going to come off with that crowbar. So,
that crowbar's going to become part of it.
Oh, you're going to lose your crowbar.
you'll have to find another method if you can't succeed.
Alright, both of those were actually decent.
And what-
19.
19? So you're starting to make progress again. One more successful one like that, it'll come off. But one more failure, and it might not.
Yay. 20.
Alright, you finally get the hinge to break off. This was definitely a trial of the ages.
No, Trial of the Ages was getting the first half of the door off.
That's true.
We don't talk about that. That's
Oh, now we have half a door. It's
This was just a minor test of
probably
strength.
hundreds of
and with the hinge finally coming off, the door falls, unless you're just holding it upwards.
No.
Starts to fall towards the inside of the tower.
Nope, I go grab it.
Make a acrobatics check, dexterity acrobatics. Which are checks I forgot about for the time around. Forgot about
16
acrobatics and
plus-
athletics.
3, so 19.
You are able to hold the door. It, despite it being rusted and it's still a heavy metal and it's starting to pull you towards it, but you are able to, after an inch it pulls you towards the tower, you are able to stabilize and stand your ground.
That's all.
Someone could pull you out, but you are currently maintaining the weight. If you
Pull up your big neck.
What? How did you do this?
you can just,
Yeah.
you can just pull in. He was
I'll
just doing
hug you
that.
out of there,
He was doing that to
man.
catch the door.
There.
to keep from
Bro,
falling.
I'll get out. So.
So Mundy pulls you along with the door, and now all four of you are outside the tower with two halves of the door. Yes, Fenriz, what's up?
He's still ready to
I'm
hit.
just waiting for something to happen.
I mean,
I'm still staring at
you
that
almost had your
entryway.
situation because there would have been a door inside the tower, and then someone would have to take the door out of the tower.
This one.
I'm not gonna fire at a door.
You said when something leaves the
This one room
tower.
into this one.
The weight is nice.
But
It
yes,
feels like styrofoam now.
what do you guys do now? Some time has passed since your supernatural encounter.
Uh,
Now that the door's off, I am going to actually move away from.
Why?
Well,
It's
there's
okay.
no real work to be done there anymore. The door's gone. My whole point so far of the adventure is gone. now.
So they've got the door down. They've moved away. Nothing has come out yet. I don't see anything in the doorway. There's nothing like inside the tower that I can see.
Make a perception.
8.
Can I make a perception?
Sure you can.
Shits and giggles. It's about how it's going.
Can I make a perception?
No, you don't understand. We're not capable of making perceptions. I don't know why. See, look at him, Nat 20. He makes
Wow.
perceptions.
Nope.
I'm going to join the party over here, not being able to notice
I
anything.
used up all my good rolls already, so yeah.
We can't
I'm
notice
staring
anything.
too hard at one point.
Not much
and
time has
nothing's there.
passed, so you don't really see anything, but you were the one that heard this last time as well. You start hearing footsteps echoing through the tower.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't hear this then. I just take off down the road, be gone.
I narrow my vision to the tower. As I'm focusing on the tower.
You're really looking in there.
Do I see anything?
If you had to gather, just an estimate, this is probably coming from the third story and it's heading downward, so... Well, it's not going to be in sight anytime soon, but it sounds like something on its way. Does anyone else want to do anything in the meantime while Retoris is just suddenly staring off into the tower? Fenris, I think, is still staring off into the tower. Skull's holding the door.
I stare off into the greatness of my door.
I actually, I just say, aside from this, just a side thought, obviously we need to try and fashion these into a pair of great shields to give the skull.
I say Kenku are in there.
I literally just passed the Kenku
That's
page
one
as you
option.
said
You can
that.
also seek out a blacksmith, see if you can't have it refined into ingots or made into something like a weapon or pieces of armor or a shield or just
So
or
since
sell it, whatever you
since
want to do. with it.
nothing immediately happened when the door was taken down, I'm gonna lower my weapon a little bit. Gonna lower, just like I think it's okay.
I will say, keep that bow handy.
All right, it's coming back up.
I'm
Okay.
gonna take a breather because I'm not actually that strong in the first place.
Yeah, I didn't get right down your stat
I
yet.
say, do better than me, I only got 11.
Like, I mean, I'm not weak, but it's still one of those things. I went from nothing to something right quick, and wasn't quite ready for that.
They were already in the middle of something, so yeah. Let's see how much time passes. Alright, you can't really tell how much time passes.
But time still passes.
Some time passes.
Sometime.
You can all make a perception check since you're just kind of standing there
Staring
waiting
at
for
the tower.
something to happen.
Ooh.
19.
13.
Inra's got an 18.
19.
Skull and Mundi. You got it?
Yeah.
What'd Skull get?
8.
Ah. Fenris and Mundi. You now hear footsteps echoing through the tower.
Let's just face it, though. It's probably for the best. I don't hear any of the spooky things, considering the last time I heard spooky things, I went into a rage.
And beat them.
Now, if you
Yeah,
had
door
to
to-
estimate, these footsteps are somewhere on the second story. You're not really sure if they're heading towards the stairs or not. You know the stairs are from the first to the second are in the back of the tower. These are more pacing along the front in the second story area.
Are there visible windows on the outside of the tower?
When you were on the first floor, there were 4 separate rooms,
Mhm.
and each room had a window. But
Does the second floor have windows?
much like the first floor, it would have them in the same spot. So nothing facing the front of the tower. But
Okay.
2 at kind of like there's 4 angles. Yeah. 1 for each room on the second story, essentially.
Then the option becomes clear. Time to pop out my rope and grappling hook. We're getting up there, boys. So,
I was gonna have a different.
well, I'm not actually part of the group
Suggestion,
yet, so
but
go
if-
ahead.
If we're taking a new event, they might consider you part of the group. Who knows?
I mean, if you pull out a rope and grappling hook, that's probably better than my idea. I was gonna suggest that I stand on the edge of Skull's door and he just catapults me
You
up
just
there.
want this so bad, don't you?
Tell me it wouldn't work.
Probably won't work.
How much does your character weigh?
That's a good question.
Probably
I
way
don't
less
know.
now that you're a foot shorter.
That's
Yeah,
true.
probably 120 at most.
I mean, Skull's a strong boy.
He is
He's-
a strong.
he's a very strong boy.
Beautiful
But
boy.
this door is
On a
still
scale of 1
heavy.
to 30, how strong is Skull?
Hmm?
On a scale of 1 to 30, how strong is Skull?
An 18.
Alright.
If we
Because that's the
if we
number.
grabbed a branch or not a branch, but a log and actually made a catapult, you guys could launch me pretty far.
I mean, there's no There's no tree.
Tree
You
or
can do it.
There is no tree nearby.
Yeah, but last time that was the case. I just dragged one.
I mean, but you still have to find one if you wanted to
Yeah.
try and build something. that
okay.
would.
So I told you my idea wasn't great.
If you asked me, I would totally Wolverine you.
Wait.
That's what you're wanting.
Colossus.
Try it. Let's do this.
Gotta ask
Are you doing
him.
it?
Where is this going?
Skull, I need
Fastball
you
special.
to
Gonna get on
launch
the
me
door.
to one of those windows up on the second floor.
Towards those second story windows.
Do you have
Can you
rope
do
with
that?
Throw the rope up, throw it down?
Skull,
I should
if
have a
you
rope
do this,
on me.
you'll be making a strength athletics check. And Fenris, if you do this, you'll be making a dexterity acrobatics check.
Athletics.
Yes.
Oh, there's athletics.
I'm not terrible at that, so...
I say, with how much your character does strength-related things, that ought to be one of your proficiencies.
It is. Okay. I gently, with the most care, put down my door next to me.
Before you throw me, I want to say, if I see something spooky up there, I'm jumping back down. Please catch me. It's fair.
So, I'm gonna grab a hold of him.
Okay.
Do one of the typical spins like people do in shot put, and I'm gonna launch him.
Alright,
Gonna
make
have hold
your
of his side as you're just dragging
athletics
him along.
check, please.
Yeah, just grab him by the leg and do a hammer throw.
20.
Very good. Now, Fenris, Skull picks you up, rolls around, and launches you up towards the window. How is your athletics check?
No, I thought his was acrobatics.
Acrobatics, right.
Oh!
nat 20.
Was yours
So-
a dirty 20?
Mine was a dirty 20.
So close.
Just
All right.
perfectly on your feet.
The two of you see Skull pick up Fenris, roar around, give a mighty throw, and Fenris sails towards the second-story window. And without skipping a beat, he manages to latch his hands onto the edge, his feet firm plantly against the side. He does so in such a way that there's not even a chance of him falling. He's like clings like a cat to the side of this tower.
Just Velcro the side of the building.
And now you can peer through the window, but first make a perception check. See what you see.
12.
In this room on the second story, or near the front part of the tower, you see kind of like looks like a lab set up. There's a table. There's some beakers on it. There's a shelf cabinet. There's just a few other things you would find in like an alchemist kind of room. But you rolled just high enough to notice that because of where your hands are placed, you can actually see in between your two hands there is a symbol carved into the stonework.
I'm gonna pick my door back up.
Does the symbol look similar to what was on the door?
Yes,
Okay. But I still don't know what the fuck that means.
exactly.
So, I don't see any person or any hands in this room, though.
You didn't
Make a
roll high
perception.
enough for that
So
kind
it's
of
safe for you to
perception.
go in.
That's fine. I want to look around the room for something.
The door to his room is currently closed, though, so
Okay.
you can't see in the room beyond.
That's fine. I want to look around this room for anything that looks sturdy enough for me to tie a rope onto so that the other team members could either climb up or I could make a quick egress. Because, like, I might not be staying long. If something happens, I'm out that window.
The table might work, as there's very little chance of it kind of falling through the window.
Okay.
It's not like a huge window. It's
Yeah.
big enough for you to fit through, but
Is it big enough for my companions to fit through? They're a bit larger than me.
Oh.
Which is your character play?
you're not sure about this Goliath that showed up.
Alright.
But you are sure the
Yeah,
orc's
what?
not gonna even try.
Alright.
Yes, you are sure about that as well.
Does the...
Retoris could potentially squeeze through, but you're not really sure if he's the flexible type.
Does the door have... What kind of handle is on the door? Is it like a normal knob?
They're
Or is
normal
it...
knobs.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull myself up and like slowly and quietly kind of go across, and I'm gonna tie...
Alright, stealth check.
Can I use your
22.
Can I use your bathroom?
Alright.
No.
You feel you
Alright.
are proficiently sneaking
Alright.
along to the other side of the room. You can
He's
grab
in
your
the
rope and tie
bathroom.
it to the knob if that was your intention.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie it to the door itself. I'm gonna tie it to the door, and then as I go back, I'm gonna like wrap it around one of the legs of the table, and then
Alright.
hang it out the window.
I guess I will have to wait until they get back so that way they can see the sights.
Ooh, so there's a book
You're
I want to
stuff
get.
on the sand.
I really like it, dude. It's so cool. But I was gonna ask because there's fan-made books out there where they go into basically this
Like
is
different types for different environments.
Yeah.
You brought it up before.
Yeah, I want that book, man. But like basically, it could be a shadow mastiff, but it's like can be like any breed. You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because Mastiff is really the only dog type listed in the DMG, but as we know, there are vast amounts of dogs.
It's quite a few
Yeah,
dogs.
that's the one. Don't eat those. I like
We humans
They're
tend
mine.
to like our
Selfish.
hounds.
Huh? So like a shadow Rottweiler or a shadow German Shepherd. You feel what I'm feeling?
Yeah, I get where you're
Shadow
going for.
Chihuahua.
It's still going to be hard to find.
Shadow Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Especially since
No, I just love this because I didn't
Cat
like I knew
one.
they were a thing, but it's been so long since I've been exposed to them, and then I realized, oh yeah, these are a
Just hear
thing.
the
My favorite,
snorting sound with
Dis-
the echo reverb on it.
my favorite one was Displacer Beasts. They actually had Displacer Beasts, and they normally look like panthers,
Yeah.
except they used all varieties of big cat, and I was like, holy fuck, these are cool. Like I really want that book so bad.
So, if you were to search this particular part of the world you're currently in, you could potentially find one.
Cool.
I haven't checked first.
He did check first.
This is a regular chocolate, not chocolate fudge.
Oh, okay, you absolutely bullet.
All right,
Reasonable.
now with the two of you back, Fenris climbed into the tower. You haven't heard a sound, but you do eventually see a rope fly through the window and it comes down.
I poke my head out and I just make an okay symbol at them because I'm not fucking saying anything in this
I
town.
throw a rock at him.
Wait, so you
For
don't
real?
So you don't poke your
Okay,
you don't poke your head out.
what is your intended target with
I
the
poke my
rock?
head out.
Okay.
Just near him or at him.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know. I
if
don't
it's
care.
just your hand. and
Make
stuff,
an
that could be
attack
it.
roll to see if you actually hit.
Maybe should we right now?
It's just a little Walmart brand.
19. Really good. Like holy shit.
You were aiming
Like
to
for that
throw
pack, it was like
near
$2.
him,
So
so you can choose not to hit him. It's your choice.
Can I see the symbols?
No,
Okay.
they were on the window.
I just want to
sill.
hit like next to his head to freak him out. So I feel
A rock flies past you, Fenris, and it clatters into the room. Make a perception check.
20.
Damn,
Dirty
now
20.
you're making those. Now that you're inside the building, you're starting to make your perceptions.
So-
Thanks for fucking me over.
You're welcome.
So,
Get ready to catch.
the first thing you notice
Oh, good.
it's
There's
kind of
multiple.
becoming an instinctive point. You look up, and you first see two claws on the ceiling.
oh,
The next thing you notice, coming from a little a cupboard, a desk with a door. What are they called? Drawers, dressers, whatever.
Drawers?
A small drawer.
Drawers.
D word. From a drawer, another hand
Drawer?
starts crawling out of the door, and then there's a fourth one coming from the cabinet on the other side of the room. You currently see 4 crawling claws in this room. The door is shut, but the window with the rope is there.
you can take them. Believe it
You
yourself.
can.
I mean, have they noticed him though? All they heard was a rocket thrown in.
These rooms aren't terribly big, and he would be within their blind sight. They definitely seem to be moving in his direction.
I'm just gonna crawl out that window and start climbing down. And while I climb down, I'm just gonna be like, not okay, not okay, not okay.
You use your surprise round, since you hadn't entered initiative yet, to begin climbing down the rope. Just make a simple acrobatics check to see how you maintain your cool
Damn.
going down this rope.
21.
Oh, you easily. You slide down. You do the fireman pull slide down the rope. You're getting out of there as quickly as possible.
Hands.
You're used to it. Your teeth up.
But yeah, you notice that none of them have gone towards the window.
Okay. So once I get to the ground, I'm just gonna turn everyone and be like, so there's a few hands in there, but I didn't see anything else. It looked like some lab equipment and stuff, maybe like some alchemy going on, but didn't have enough time to check it out. The rope's pretty secure.
Speaking of which, that's currently not in your inventory, so if you were to leave,
Yeah.
it's part of the tower.
So you
I want it back, but
the symbols on the door ward off evil. So there we go.
I see.
Are you speaking this aloud to the group, or to just the tourists?
Just him.
Yeah, it's kind of like, maybe we shouldn't have broke it.
there was another one of those symbols from the door on like the windowsill. It looked similar.
Was it etched into the windowsill?